Alright, we're back again for phase 2. So now here we are in the laboratory, ready to trim off the excess material. I'm going to open up this door because this is stinky. So we try to keep this door closed so that the smell doesn't go to the office. And we're going to open this up, which is going to make it a little noisy, but that's the way it goes with fresh air. Okay, so we have over here our hot trimming knife. We're setting this at about 8. 10 is probably too high, but you want to make sure that it cuts through nice and smoothly. Alright, we have, first of all, you want to make sure that you got a nice reline. This is very lovely, nice and even across everything. You can see nice border roundness. There's no void, there's no bubbles. That's really pretty excellent. On the inside you'll see some spikes where the extraction sockets are still healing. That is not a place where you want this to fit perfectly because the tissue is going to heal. If it continues to heal around this, you will create a more or less permanent spike. So the first thing I'm going to do here is just use this knife to cut that off. Now this is pretty hot. I think I might turn this knife down a little bit. As I cut it, I just wipe it on the paper towel because it just clogs it up. Okay, I'll go back and pick out those with the cotton pliers, but that's fine for the inside. Now on the outside, we obviously don't want any of the material to be on the outside of the teeth, but you want to preserve this nice rounded border which is very comfortable for the patient's gums. So we are going to make sure that this flows from one to the other. So let's start back here. I'm going to use the side of the knife in this area. And I'm just going to slice it. I'm keeping the knife on the hard part of the denture base. And once I do that, I can peel off the part that goes beyond that. Just using my finger to roll it off. But you can see that I've got a pretty smooth junction here. Let's take a little bit more off. And I'll just use my finger or maybe a piece of gauze to get off all the little crumbs. So that's what we're looking to do, a nice smooth border. I've made that kind of a square edge so you can kind of round it. I'm just going to melt it down with the side of this to create a smoother part. Let's go across the front. The excess. Now I see it's looking still a little bit bulky right here. Let's trim that back some. This stuff smells. Use my finger to get the excess pieces off. Looking a little bit bulky right here. And you see it doesn't really, this stuff is flaking up. It doesn't adhere all that well to the material, which is nice for when you go to take it off. I trim back a little bit too much there. Oh well, I'm not going to go back and add to it, but I got to be careful. Let's take this off here. You also don't want to leave this knife in one spot too long on the hard plastic because it'll burn the hard plastic. Now in the back, I'm going to just trim this flush. I don't want anything on the palatal surface of the denture. It's looking pretty good. Let's get off my excess pieces. That's not good, but I don't think I'm going to fix that. Alright, so the beautiful surface that should be very comfortable for you.